Yo, 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 yo to the yo. We meet again. God is good. Brand new day of life. It's your boy Mike P. This is the One Mike Podcast. You already know we about to turn it up today. A lot on the docket, jam-packed show. A lot on the docket to get to. Of course, we got to talk about the bullshit that lost my Cowboys took. We stand accountable. What I'm saying? We stand in the gap. These sorry ass niggas like Jerry Jones. Here's what it is, man. Unfortunately, we gotta break this thing down and talk it through. You heard? Talk about the week 6 vibes, better than day, all that good jazz. You heard? We have a blessed Monday. We're gonna get right into it, baby. We can get right into it. No, it's no longer prolonging it. Yeah, we get right into it. Hope y'all tuned in. You heard? Love. Shizzle, dizzle, bow whizzle. You heard? Week 6 NFL vibes, man. We had a jam-packed week 6. 6 of them things in the book. This is where you kind of get to see, okay, who is who's pretenders, who's real, who's doing their thing. So leading into week 6 was the 49ers and Seahawks. Kind of gave a small breakdown on that before. Brock Purdy did his thing. They had a fake injury with Mason. Again, Mason was the rigger. We knew that for a fact. His line was 83 yards. He had like 63 yards and like 4 carries. He had one carry in the second half. He on the sideline like this trying to get his shoulders loose. Man, get out of here. We know that shit was a fake injury for sure. But it is what it is. 49ers took care of business. They did their thing. Moving on. The London games, they're going to make their money. And again, I don't support NFL Network. I don't support Peacock. But I found a way, to make it work. London games, the Bears, Jaguars. Let's get into a react. We got Trevor Lawrence. Again, the Bears won 35-16. Jaguars 1-5. Trevor Lawrence, 23 of 35, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times. Again, Tank Bigsby, 7 carries for 24 yards. His line was 36. They rigged that up too. Why does Daenerys Johnson, why does he have 6 carries? Why? Travis Etienne Jr., he fumbled and he got hurt. He only had 3 carries. So again, Evan Ingram, he had 10 catches for 102 yards, 10 targets. Gabe Davis finally did something today, earned his money. 5 catches, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 8 targets. Caleb Williams, he looked good. He looked decent. You did, coach, if you're listening, Caleb Williams looked good. He looked decent. I will give him credit. He was 23 of 20, 29, 226 yards and 4 touchdowns, 1 INT. But a lot of it was the Jaguars keeping drives alive with stupid penalties, offsides, legal contact, holding. But he made great throws. If you watch that tape, he was putting that shit through the keyhole every time. Shout out to Cole Kmet finally getting the football. He had 2 touchdowns. Keenan Allen made a sighting, 5 catches, 41 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So, they had it going. DeAndre Swift has been in the last 4 or 5 weeks really been balling. He had 17 carries for 91 yards in the tub. Helped me get some money this weekend. So, hey, I'm cool with it. The Bears are 4-2. Hey, shocker. NFC North, nobody's seen that coming, I feel like. Nobody really seen them kind of, the Vikings doing their thing. So, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here to see, are they for real? Or are they a joke? Eberflus got that defense playing well. They played well in it last year. So, we'll see. They may have rectified their issues. But I'll give Caleb Williams a C for that game. Jacksonville, you guys are, in a dumpster shoot, I feel like. But for the second firing, I do believe. Again, I called the first one. Robert Saleh was fired. The second firing will be Doug Peterson. I don't believe he deserves to be fired. I think that Trevor Lawrence is seeing ghosts. I think Trevor Lawrence is not who y'all said he was. A lot of these quarterbacks that y'all come up here with and say that they're this, they're that. When they're being evaluated, even through college, he didn't look that good. He wasn't polished. He was ultra athletic around people who are not like the game of football from the NFL to college is different. Everybody fast in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence ain't outrunning nobody in the NFL. He can outrun those college kids. He can stiff on those college kids. But we see them when it's elevated. He can't throw to a guy unless he's wide open. That's just the bottom line. What I see. Trevor Lawrence is seeing ghosts. I seen a nigga hit a spin move and then nobody was around him. He's a step slower. Like he's not letting the ball go when he see it. I don't know what Jacksonville has done. They have talent. It's not amazing talent, but it's still decent talent. ETN, I don't know if he's in a doghouse. I don't know what happened. But you had Calvin Ridley. You had Zay Jones. You got Kurt. You drafted Brian Thomas in the draft. You have Evan Ingram. You see on display. He can play. So to me, I mean, Peterson, you're gonna get fired, dog. You're gonna be the second one to get fired for sure. You can stamp it. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. They look uninspired. The defense just looks abysmal. It's not even from a scheme perspective. It's from a playing with intelligence perspective. Like you had Ronald Darby out there just holding people all over all game long, just grabbing and holding and grabbing and holding. You can't play defense like that. I would have put that dude on the bench. You got to go to the bench, dog. That's one thing the NFL does not do well enough. If a guy is getting fried and they just continuously do, if he goes to the first quarter, second quarter, and third, bro, you going to the bench. We need to put somebody in that's going at least not hold a guy. Like, okay, you getting burnt, but you holding it, he's still getting burnt. You still getting fried, huh? It's crazy. So yeah, you gotta move on, man. We gotta move on, Drew. Let's see. We got the Packers and the Cardinals. Man, the Cardinals let me down, bro. I had the Cardinals on the money line, Joan. They are literally they're inconsistent. 1 week they play well, 1 week they play bad. Kyler Murray, 22 or 32, 214 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, I don't understand. Connor didn't get the ball. 7 carries for 24 yards. They lost to the Packers 34-13. I just don't get it. Jordan Love, again, he comes out and has these amazing games. 22 or 32, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jacobs did his thing, 18 carries for 82 yards. They're all the receivers 8, from Watson, Dobbs, Ben Sims, Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed is obviously his favorite target. 6 catches, like 28 yards. That was kind of weird, but he had a touchdown. But yeah, Tucker Kraft, he ate last week, but Wicks, he has a plethora of receivers he can throw the football to. So Emmanuel Wilson ran the ball well too, as their backup. So I mean, who knows? The Packers are still 4 again. They're still 4-2. So as much as I don't believe in Jordan Love, I mean they're showing themselves to be formidable, and I think that they can make some noise, obviously, in the NFC. I mean, they beat us, so they beat us last year, and I think they gotten better. We regressed. The Colts beat the Titans. I'm not discussing this game. I feel like the Titans are trash. They're 1-4. The Colts got by. They got their first win in the division. Michael Pittman with the game-winning touchdown. Again, Texans, they beat the snot out of the Patriots, 41-24. Again, the Bucks, they beat the snot out of the Saints, 51-27. Baker didn't look good in that game, though. The running game looked really good. I think that they should go ahead and put White on the bench and just go with Bucky and 44. What's 44's name? Sean Tucker. Yeah, I'm going with Sean Tucker the rest of the way, for sure. I think that he showed and proved that he can be that power back that they're looking for, the steady back. And he caught the ball at the backfield. So yeah, Sean Tucker, he had 100 and he had 136 yards rushing. Bucky had 14 for 81 and a touchdown. So yeah, Baker, I don't know what he was doing, man. He's like he just was. Anytime he was ready to throw it, he was gonna throw it regardless. You know what I'm saying? Mike Evans got hurt, Godwin. So they spread the ball around, Auden and Godwin, of course. So yeah, I mean, Ritter did pretty well. I didn't think he played great. Didn't think he played too bad, but he was 22 or 40, 243 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 5 times, which I knew Todd Bowles would get after him. So I picked up the Bucs defense this week. So I'm going to drop them too as soon as and put my Minnesota defense back where they need to be at. Yeah. I mean, a rookie versus Todd Bowles. Yeah, I'm going to take Todd Bowles any day of the week for sure. But let's see. Keep on moving to the week 6 vibes. Man, Browns and the Eagles Eagles snuck out of there with a win. The Browns are abysmal, bro. The Browns are 1-5. We beat the Browns, bro. Deshaun Watson was 16 of 23, 168 yards and no touchdowns, none. It's ridiculous. They're like 0 and 24 on third down with Deshaun Watson being their quarterback dating back to last year. This dude's he's a bum, dog. I've said it numerous times. Amari Cooper 4 catches, 42 yards. You know, I mean, no, that's ridiculous, man. Philly, y'all snuck by against Jalen Hurts, 16 of 25, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. Saquon got 18 carries and 46 yards. 47 yards, excuse me. Jalen Hurts carried the ball 14 times for 33 yards. You know, this is not a recipe for success. But again, you let Philly fans tell it, they're going to beat us and they're going to be ready later in the year. We'll see. We're going to see, man, because, again, A.J. Brown, he does nothing against us. We lock him down. So the key guy that you're worried about, Saquon ain't never went off on us. We're not worried about none of those guys, dog. Those are the two guys y'all got. Goddard's hurt again. Goddard's the one that really hurts us. So I'm cool. I can't wait. Y'all was talking all this trash. Redskin fans, Giants fans ain't talking no trash. They know where they belong, at the bottom. You're at the bottom of the NFC East. The little Giants gonna stay at the bottom of the NFC East. But, you know, the Redskins, they happy. They still riding high until they took this L this past weekend. But they act like they were in the game with the Ravens when they really wasn't. The Ravens self-destructed most of the time when they was in the red zone by kicking 2 field goals. So, you know, to me, it wasn't even a close game in my opinion. Like, you had Lamar Jackson. Well, for one, they won 30-23. You had Lamar Jackson was 20 of 26. Y'all didn't stop it. That man only had 6 incompletions. He was 320 and 23 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The only interception was he threw the ball too far and really hit what's called Mark Andrews in his hands, and he just dropped the football, and it went into a Redskins hands. You had Jaden Daniels, 23 of 35, 269 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times. That's the difference right there. They stopped the run too. Jaden Daniels 6 carries, 22 yards. See, 9. He only had a long of 9. They had a spot. See, Roquan. You had Roquan, and you had what's my man? 14. Who be hitting everything moving. Kyle Hamilton. You heard? So that's the recipe to stop y'all. Y'all not really that good, fam. Like, let's be serious here. Y'all not really that good. Like, the Ravens, they literally scored in every possession, every time frame they got the football. They scored 14 points in the second quarter. They scored 10 more in the third quarter. I mean, easy work, dog. Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What was y'all stopping these dudes? Zay Flowers was 9 catches, 132 yards. Like, what are you talking about here? Bateman, 4 catches, 71 yards. I told y'all, Bateman's having a great year. Amazing year. I'm trying to figure out where was y'all going. Y'all, the line Redskins fan be giving me, y'all was toe-to-toe with it. Y'all wasn't toe-to-toe with nobody, bro. They scored. They were 6 of 10 on third down. What was y'all toe-to-toe of? They had 2 illegal procedure penalties in the red zone. They kicked field goals when that happened. They scored on every possession. They only punted 1 time in the game. How was y'all going toe-to-toe with the Ravens? How? Come on, man. Y'all not beating nobody good. So y'all can do all this shit y'all want to about where we are. Y'all can't beat us. That's my message to y'all for the day. Redskin fans, you can't beat us. We are 11-2 versus you. So until you do that, we're the NFC East champs. Remember that. Till you beat the champs, we 1-0 in our division. Again, I told y'all. Y'all fall for this shit every year. We're gonna sweep the division, 8-0, easy work. That's how we got to 12-5 each time. It's the same formula. We lose against the good teams. We lost against the Lions. We couldn't beat the Ravens, but we're going to beat everybody else. I like my chances against the 49ers next week, too, off the bye week, with no McCaffrey. I like my chances for real. I really do. I really do. I know y'all going to run the football. You know, again, you're going to be rested. We might have some dogs come back. You know what I'm saying? The dogs be off the leash. You're going to make some adjustments at corner. Again, we bad, but we not as bad as y'all as we played. Because, again, it's all about matchups. We don't match up well against certain teams. So let me not go too far into it yet. But Chargers and Broncos, it's a dilly-dally match. I'm not. Who cares about that shit? Steelers and Raiders. Steelers got back on the snide. I won't talk about the Steelers. Steelers got back into business. Justin Fields 14 of 24, 145 yards. Pedestrian. Najee Harris. They finally got cousin Harris, Najee, the ball. 14 carries, 106 yards, and 1 touchdown. Fields ran for 11 times, 59 yards, 2 tubs. To me, that's the recipe for that team to really, really show that they're going to be contenders. Like, that's really good that they have to do to win football games. If they're not doing that, then I don't understand it. Like, I don't even understand why they're trying to do anything outside of that. That's the recipe for success for them. So anytime we see them playing and they're throwing the football too many times, it's like, why? Like, why are they doing that for? Because your defense is going to be locked down. You dig? So, I mean, Pickens had 3 catches, 53 yards, 8 targets. I mean, they have to do a better job of, shout out to our correspondent on Cups in the Game, Uncle Otis. He's a Pittsburgh fan. He said they had to get Washington and Freiermuth the ball more. I agree. You have enough there with Jaylen Warren, Freiermuth. Like, Washington had 1 catch for 9 yards. Get him the football. Calvin also can play. Like, Wishcombe didn't even get a daggone catch. Van Jefferson, he was the lead receiver last week. That just shows the inept ability for him to get guys the football. Like, Patrick Queen was hitting everything moving. TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, Joey Porter Jr., Minka, Terrell Edmonds. I mean, this defense is loaded. Peyton Wilson, on the other side of the football. Deshaun Elliott, So to me, man, it was against Oakland, but again, I look at them and say, hey, they got a good opportunity, man, to really make a run until they get to the gauntlet. The end of their joint is really rough. So I just look at it like, hey, we want to talk about certain teams, but they're gonna be there. I don't believe in Mike Tomlin. I don't believe in the fact that Pittsburgh is a really good team, but I like Justin Fields. If they stick with Justin Fields, they're gonna be all right. If they go back to Russell Wilson, it's a wrap for sure. He's not gonna give them opportunity to win games. I guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? So now, the shellacking her around the world. The Lions game. The Lions are 4-1. They beat us 47-9. Jared Goff, 18 of 25, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 sacks. Montgomery was 12 carries, 80 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gibbs, 12 carries, 63 yards rushing. You had Jameson Williams, Khalif Raymond. This their special team guy was even getting off on us. 4 catches, 74 yards. Tim Patrick, who had 2 ACLs and an MCL injury, 2 knee surgeries back-to-back, basically. Denver cut him this year. They signed Tim Patrick, 3 catches, 68 yards. He used to kill us when he played for Denver. Sam Laporta, 1 catch, bro. Sam Laporta only had 1 catch, and that was a touchdown catch, 52 yards. Amon-Ra, 4 catches, 37 yards, 1 touchdown. So we did our job, basically. It was the explosive plays. So they all had longs of 52, 42, 38, 37. Chunk plays. Because you have – it's just tough when you don't have enough players. Like Amani, he's our practice squad cornerback. So he was forced into playing, and he was just getting fried. I don't think Diggs is back. I think Diggs, he can't move. He can move up the field. He can't move sideline to sideline. That's the biggest problem we have. As far as coverage-wise, I think Donovan Wilson played well. I think Jordan Lewis played well. Again, Mozzie, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Carl Lawson, he played pretty well, but Chauncey Golston played his ass off. Damone Clark finally got some tick today. 9 tackles. So, I mean, the defense, man, they do put us in a hole. But, man, it's not the defense's fault today. The offense looked disgustingly bad. Today, we had to put the Fords down, for sure. The Fords have to come down today. And they will not return until the bye week is over. You dig? So, Dak Prescott, 17 of 33, 178 yards, and 2 interceptions. Egregious interceptions. He was sacked 4 times. Rico Dowd, 5 carries, 25 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, 8 carries, 17 yards, along of 6. Turpin only had 1 carry. Lamb, seven catches, 89 yards. He had 14 targets. His longest catch was 27 yards. Jalen Tolbert, 4 catches, 43 yards. Again, Turpin, he had 4 catches, 24 yards. So I mean, Jake Ferguson, 3 catches for 11 yards. That's the one that disappointed me the most. When is Jake Ferguson gonna get on board? I don't understand how Jake Ferguson is not a part of the offense. I don't understand that. I don't understand why we're not running the football enough. We can run the ball. We run the ball. When we ran the ball against Pittsburgh's a way better defense than the Lions. And Rico Dowd had more yards. I think he had 80-some yards rushing. It's all about the attempts. It's all about coming out and setting up the team. But you can't do that when you're inept. Like when you don't have the talent around you. And that's where it gets to when we have to talk about Jerry Jones. Because Jerry Jones is really the issue for the Cowboys. That's the thing that people just don't want to admit. They want to talk about his dad. They want to talk about the defense. No, this dates back to 1995. Right? The last time Jimmy Johnson had a draft was 1994. Pardon me, he drafted Larry Allen. I want to just run you back a couple of drafts. 1995, we had Sherman Williams. These are a bunch of names that we probably nobody knows these guys. In the 96 draft, we drafted Randall Godfrey. These guys are certain guys. They're Antoine Fleming, Flozell Adams, Greg Ellis. They drafted Greg Ellis in the 1998 draft instead of drafting Randy Moss. This is Jerry Jones, bro. Jerry Jones drafted Greg Ellis, who's on our staff now, a defensive end, instead of drafting Randy Moss. It's disgusting. We drafted that win. You're going to find name one guy in these drafts, bro. Not the 2000 draft, Dwayne Goodrich, Mario Edwards out of Florida State, trash. It's ridiculous. Matt Lenoir, Willie Blade, Tony Dixon, Quincy Carter in the second round. We traded our first round pick. We drafted Roy Williams and Tony O'Brien. None of these guys lasted, bro. David Garrard, Brady James, Whitten, Terrence Newman. It's ridiculous, bro. Patrick Creighton, Bruce Thornton, Stephen Peterman, Julius Jones. We drafted Julius Jones instead of drafting Steven Jackson. We traded back into the second round instead of drafting Steven Jackson at Oklahoma State. Jay Ratliff, Chris Canty, who's on TV right now. Marion Barber, he was a good player. Marcus Spears, he's on TV right now. DeMarcus Ware, okay, I give you 2005, that was a good draft. 2006, Bobby Carpenter, trash. Anthony Bassano, he played 2 seasons with us. Jason Hatcher, Pat Watkins. We could have drafted, in that same draft, we could have drafted Deshaun Jackson, if I'm not mistaken. Pat McQuiston. These guys are not good. Alan Ball, Nick Folk, Doug Free, trash. Isaiah Stanback in the 4th round. He never even did anything for us. Anthony Spencer out of Purdue, nothing. Orlando Scandrick, Tashard Choice, Martellus Bryant. He ended up getting traded because they kept putting Whitten in front of him. They never want to put him in the game. Mike Jenkins, Felix Jones. Listen to these drafts, fam. 2009 Jones was disgusting. And we had hella picks that year. I mean, all these players are super ad. Victor Butler, Stephen McGee. It's the better quarterback we had. Jason Williams, a linebacker in the 3rd round who didn't do anything. Nothing. You draft Dez Bryant in 2010. Great. That's it. Sean Lee in the same draft. Chris Lissamore, D tackle, didn't do much. Dwayne Harris, wide receiver, who turned into a return man. Bruce Carter. Tyron Smith in 2011. He was a cornerstone for a while, but again, never stay healthy. James Henner out of Texas. Tyrone Crawford. Remember all these? Mo Claiborne. We traded up for Mo Claiborne. He was trash. BJ Webb, one of my family members, played for the Cowboys. Yes. He's out of William & Mary. JJ Wilcox. Terrence Williams. Gavin Escobar. God rest his soul. Travis Frederick retired from a disease. It's crazy. Devin Street to Anthony Hitchens. DeMarcus Lawrence. Zach Martin. We've seen Zach Martin just get abused this past Sunday. Zach Martin gets abused a lot of times in games, but they don't even want to bring it up. Granny Gregory, Damon Wilson. It's 2015 now. Byron Jones, Rico Gathers, Anthony Brown, trash. Dak was in the 2016 draft. Malik Collins, Jalen Smith. Again, he was hurt. He stayed hurt from Notre Dame. Zeke, Noah Brown, Xavier Woods, Ryan Switzer, Jordan Lewis on our team. Awuzie, who played with Cincinnati now. Taco Charlton is our first pick. We end up cutting him. Dalton Schultz, 2018, he leaves. Dorn Armstrong leaves. He plays for Washington, right? He got hurt last week. Michael Gallup retired. Van Der Esch retired because they all had injuries coming into the league. This is what Jerry Jones does. You dig? Tony Pollard, we didn't want to pay. It's crazy. Tristan Hill, trash, second round pick. Ben DiNucci. Neville Gallimore didn't pan out. CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs did. Tyler Biadasz, you didn't want to pay. He's with Washington right now. So, I mean, Phil Oko didn't work out. He's in San Diego. Israel Kwambu's still on our team. Jabril Cox never panned out. He got hurt. Golston still doing his thing. Digizua. Kelvin Joseph, who got traded. It's a second round pick now, right? He was drafted right after Michael Parsons. He played 3 years for us and he was gone, shipped out to Miami. I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. John Ridgeway, you don't even play. He ended up leaving. You end up keeping 3 tight ends on a practice squad and let John Ridgeway leave to go to Washington. He was their starting defensive tackle last year. DeRon Bland, Clark, Ferguson, Tolbert, Sam Williams. This draft, Deuce Vaughn. Well, last year's draft, Deuce Vaughn, Eric Scott. But none of these guys are panning out. You drafted a 4th round pick, D. Lineman, who can't get on the field. Overshaw finally got on the field. He's doing this thing. Schoonmaker, 2nd round pick. He's our 3rd tight end. Monty Smith is trash. Bro, Tyler Guyton, he got sent back to the bench. Keelan just got hurt for the year. Or not for the year, for half the year. Cooper Beebe is our starting center. Keelan Carson has been hurt half the year. Ryan Flournoy was the one that fumbled. 4th round pick. So look, bro, I'm just giving you the breakdown on why Jerry Jones is a piece of shit. He's the reason why we can't get far. The draft picks are not good. And free agency, we don't let me bring the free agency up. From 2016 to 2021, Alfred Morris, Nolan Carroll, he played with Philly, trash. Cedric Thornton, Keon Ely, these people over the hill, Randall Cobb, Tavon Austin, Jonathan Cooper, Everson Griffin, Andy Dalton, Daryl Worley, Aldon Smith, another project, Tari Poe, HaHa Clint Dix, Jaron Curse was a journeyman safety, undrafted free agent. Malik Hooker, Brent Urban, who plays for the Bears. Played for the Bears, plays for the Ravens now, and is balling on the Ravens. He played with us, he didn't do a thing. Carlos Watkins, Keanu Neal, Terrell Basham. The free agency is garbage. Gerald McCoy. These people were hurt when you sign them. You're taking opportunities and chances on people who are just mediocre. You don't sign nobody in the offseason. You trade a Mark Cooper for a 5th round pick. You don't sign anybody to bring him in. You don't sign anybody to come after him. You don't want to pay Derrick Henry, but you paid Dak in the offseason $3 million to get a contract done that you already had planned on getting done. So CeeDee Lamb comes into camp late. You said it's imminent and you want to get it done. No, you don't want to get it done. That's why CeeDee Lamb and Dak are now on the same page, because Jerry Jones is the reason why this is happening. You let guys just walk away and you don't bring anybody else in. I used to have a job I worked on where every time somebody got fired, more people had more work to do. You looking like, okay, well, they're going to bring somebody else in. And then they want to take the pay down. So when somebody's on salary and they get fired, that money still was allocated. Where's that money going to? See, that's why they can't have me inserted here. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna speak up. Okay, where that money going to, and then where is the help coming for us to be able to keep doing our job? Now I gotta do more work and get paid less. That's not it. Knowing the allocated money is there because you were paying the person a salary. So there's not there anymore. That money still need to be going somewhere. Jerry did the same thing. He says, look, I got Jordan Tolbert for y'all. I got a rookie. I got two rookies I can bring in and show you something. Most teams nowadays is covering CeeDee Lamb. Bryce Butler, yes, thank you. Shout out to 25 in the comments on YouTube. You're one half of Sports Reporter's Order. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous every single year, but niggas say, hey, we going to the Super Bowl. I haven't said it not one time. I said we're going to win our division. That's my focus every single year. Win the division. That's been my focus since day one because that gets you into the playoffs and that gives you an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. The time when I feel like we had a really good team, I was let down. Those guys got out schemed. Dan Quinn and that scheme, it can be had by certain assistants, by certain outside zone blocking schemes. It is what it is. You did? The shit Dak was doing yesterday was egregious. You can't look at a guy, stare a guy down. The kid Branch from the Lions knew they were going to CeeDee Lamb. He came off his man. He knew Dak was not going to throw that out route to Jalen Tolbert. I told y'all that because he don't trust Jalen Tolbert. That's the reason why he didn't throw him that. He wide open on the out route. If you just hit him, put it in a spot where he can't, the defender can't get to it. Branch just leaves his man and jumps the route on the outside route to CeeDee Lamb because he knows CeeDee Lamb is the only receiver that threatens him. They double team CeeDee Lamb every play, push him around. He don't even want the football. He's soft. The Dallas Cowboys are S-O-F-T, soft. And the problem is you have a bum GM who don't care about our franchise. We might as well be the Bengals because they're making money on an all-time level of $11 billion every year. That's why I'm not going to see the Cowboys play until they start doing what we want them to do. You could have gave Derrick Henry that $9 million, but you didn't want to give Derrick Henry $9 million. I've been telling y'all for years, Jerry Jones does not care about us as fans. We care about the team more than he does. It's a business to him. It's the only thing he cares about is the bottom line of the business. And can I pass this down to my family? He doesn't care about the Cowboy fans. He said, oh, it's embarrassing and disturbing. How many times have you said that after a loss? And we're losing because of the fact you're not putting better players on the field, bro. It's ridiculous, man. The guys that you're drafting have been mediocre. Since 1995, when he took over the draft, he took over the goods and services. Look what we become. And it's ridiculous. And then you have McCarthy, who they want to try to blame now and say, fire McCarthy. No, it's not McCarthy. McCarthy had that team coming last year. Most of the same guys are not there anymore. You don't have a Tony Pollard there anymore. You dig? So, I mean, my thing is, most of the offense was built upon running the football, play action, getting the ball downfield. You don't have a Cedric Wilson anymore. Brandon Cooks is hurt. So, I mean, my thing is the O-line was intact at a certain point. But you don't pay guys. You don't want to pay a Tyler Biadasz. So he's going to go and leave. You don't want to pay a Tyron Smith. So he leaves and go to play for the Jets. That's two key pieces that have left the team. You did? So when you do that, you don't have a Michael Gallup as far as depth anymore. Even though he's slow, he's still a good fourth receiver. He might be slow, but he's still a solid fourth receiver. He's better than a lot of fourth receivers in the league. But again, you don't bring him back for a contract, for a cup of coffee. You let him go to Oakland, and then he go retire and say, I'm good. I don't want to do it. I don't even want to play no more. Because he got his money. He probably got other vendors off the field and business he wants to do. He probably said, made a good living for my career. I'm good. So to me, the Dallas Cowboys are in a disarray. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, fooled again by Jerry Jones, the trickster. And I'm declaring right now, all Cowboy fans right now, boycott them son of a snitches. You heard? Boycott them. I was going to leave if they didn't sign Dak. So to me, I'm ready to boycott. Until Jerry Jones does something different, we need to boycott. That means we ain't watching the football games, we're not going to the football games, and we're not wearing the paraphernalia. This is the last time y'all going to see me with this shit on until I see something different. Straight up. I'm sick and tired of every single year you're doing the same exact 1-2 step, and then we're left to hold the pail and explain these things and describe these things. To me, I'm not loyal to bullshit. I don't need to be around people who are losers. I'm not a loser. But when I have to, I care about more about the team than Jerry Jones does. He's the owner of the team. They asked him about him getting ownership of this situation. This fool said, "I know I'm the owner already." It's ridiculous, though. You know you're the owner. Why aren't you the owner and you're the GM? Why don't you do anything about it? Because you don't want to. That's what I really realized in my mind. We got $25 million in cap space. Go sign somebody. Go trade with somebody. Improve the roster. Like, you're not doing anything productive. You're not doing anything to help us go forward. That's the biggest problem I see. Where's the adjustment? You can't blame Mike McCarthy. He had the number one offense last year. Without Kellen Moore. Yeah, without Kellen Moore. Well, you see what Kellen Moore is doing to the Eagles. So to me, you can't say fire Mike McCarthy. Why? When the defense ain't good, you ain't brought nobody in at all. You got Deron Bland is hurt. Jordan Lewis is playing his behind off. A small guy from Michigan. You did? He's playing his heart out. You can't say fire Mike McCarthy. McCarthy's keeping us in. Him and Dak keeping us in game, even though Dak had a bad. I give it. Dak had his first bad game. He played disgustingly bad from a timer perspective, from the fact that the way he threw the football, the way he was trying to throw it, he was forcing the ball to CeeDee Lamb. And again, CeeDee Lamb's body language is disgusting. Ezekiel Elliott's not getting the football either. Tyler Lipke didn't get the ball. So it's just certain people that just need to get the football. I don't believe in Jalen Tolbert, and neither I think Dak does either. Jalen Brooks is a rookie. You have to bring a guy in to play football. You can't tell me that there's not another guy out here that can play wide receiver for us. You don't even throw the ball to Jay Ferguson anymore because teams realize he only runs 3 routes coming off an injury. So he's not as fast as he was. So again, we are left to hold the pail. We are left to hear. I'm here to describe all these things and break these things down. But the puppet master is Jerry Jones. And it's been the same way. You notice this is before Dak got there. So when you want to blame Dak, you want to blame Romo, you want to blame any other person, you need to be blaming Jerry Jones. It ain't just we can't do this and we sorry and it's fun for everybody to crack on us. Ha 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 he. That's fine. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna joke back. I'm cool with that. But when you get down to the meat and potatoes of this situation, when it comes to this football at its pure state, we're not on the right track. We're not showing characteristics of trying to win football games. We're not showing, how to try to win. The bottom line of trying to win games is to make sure you protect your quarterback, who you gave $60 million to. Why we win 5 wide receiver sets? Stay in number 2 personnel. I've been calling for it for years now. That's what's most effective, keeping everybody off balance. When you sit in the shotgun, you allow teams to blitz you. You cannot stop the blitz. That's why Dak got sacked 4 times last night. You did? He got sacked 4 times because you have the Lions saying, we know you're going to throw the ball to CeeDee Lamb, so we're going to double CeeDee Lamb in the slot and the outside. We're going to make sure he doesn't even touch the ball. Because we don't think nobody else on your team can go deep. You don't even put Kevontae Turpin in the game to give him opportunities to go deep. He's the fastest guy on our team. Get him the football. You want one end around. It don't make sense to me. I need you to put the ball down the field. But we got to have the right talent on the field. So those things mesh, those things couple together. What I can do is hope and pray that we get it together, that we bring somebody in because we got the money to do it. You did? The player they say they want to pay next year is on the sideline being a locker room lawyer, Michael Parsons. So again, the evaluation that I'm watching and seeing is it's not good. It's like 1 year we're really good on defense, we're bad on offense. We're really good on offense, we're bad on defense. That's by design. So to me, I'm boycotting. I'm done with it. Until they show me they're gonna do the right thing, I'm boycotting. Straight up. Jerry Jones, I'm happy it was your birthday, and you got a nice birthday present, a big fat L. That's exactly what you deserve. It's a big fat L. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it is what it is. I feel like that we're in a situation where we have to do things in spite of Jerry Jones, and that's what we've been doing for the longest. Is doing things in spite of Jerry Jones. No other team has an owner that's holding them back. No other team but us. No other team that's going through the same. You can't even name a team that's going through the same things we go through. Meanwhile, him and his family was on a yacht yesterday, I promise you, not even thinking about that Cowboy loss. They're going to celebrate Jerry for another year. 83 years. Yeah. Goofy stuff, bro. But moving on, that's been, for this segment of Week 6 vibes. Tonight, we got who we got tonight? Pardon me. For Monday Night Football, we got the Jets and the Bills. Yes, sir. Jets and the Bills. I feel like, man, it's going to be a doozy. Last night, Bengals and the Giants. I'm cool. I don't know if y'all watched it. I didn't. I knew that the Bengals were going to win. I don't like watching games where I know it's going to happen. I'm kind of cool. So, to me, it is what it is. But this Bills Jets game should be exciting. I think that they're gonna the Jets are definitely gonna come out guns blazing, and the Bills. Y'all realize the Bills have lost about 3 in a row. I think they lost like 2 in a row, so they're gonna come out aggressive. The Jets just fired their coach. They had to justify firing Robert Saleh. They promoted the D as a coordinator, who they claim was running the defense. They act like Robert Saleh didn't have any. As again, I tell you as men, do not get in these positions of being supervisors with no power. Do not do it, because they're going to blame you at the end of the day. When things go right, they're going to say, hey, it was the owner. It was this guy. But when things go wrong, they're going to blame you. And they're going to say the person that you've been promoting and helping along the way, that man was a linebacker coach last year. He not Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh had one of the best defenses in the league with 49ers as the guy. To me, they promoting a guy we don't know what he's going to bring to the table. So again, Nathaniel Hackett gets to stay though. But again, this is what Woody Johnson does. This is what he breeds. So they're gonna go into this game. They're gonna be ready to play. The Bills gonna be ready to play. So I look forward to it. Monday Night Football, ESPN. I don't really like ESPN, but hey, that's what we got to do to watch. So, but our next segment is called the Bet of the Day. Yes, sir. Bet of the Day, man. If you're a sports bettor like myself, who enjoys sports betting, bet responsibly. Do not be out here betting your life. Just make sure that you're, just not putting a whole bunch of money on stuff that you can't afford. Just make sure that you're betting responsible, because being out here betting for no reason and losing your money is stupid. And you don't want to lose your livelihood over some bets. So I'm checking to see my other bets right quick. Give me 2 seconds. So I can make sure I got my stuff in order, but I'm gonna give y'all the bet of the day. Oh yes, the bet of the day. As much as I'm gonna go. We're going tight end again. You can't lose again. You cannot lose with the tight ends, dog. I'm gonna go Dalton Kincaid over 3.5 receptions. I also like. I'm gonna give you 2 today. I'm gonna give you 2. I also like Josh Allen. I'm gonna give you 3 actually. I like Josh Allen for 34 yards rushing. And I like Breece Hall to score a touchdown. I usually don't do touchdowns. Touchdowns are very risky. But Breece Hall has been he been chomping at the bit for a touchdown, I feel like. Each week, it's like they're not giving the football. I think that they're going to really unload and give him the football for the most part. Yeah, again, company man. Being a company man will get you nowhere in life. And again, I was once a company man, so I'm speaking from experience. You dig? I tried to do the right thing and say all the right words. And yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Laugh all the whack ass jokes, all that. I've done it all. Unfortunately, I can say that out loud. But I learned from those experiences. That's why I don't even act like that. I don't play none of them games no more. You're gonna respect me day one. If you don't respect me, I'm not gonna be here. Simple as that. Whether you like it or not. It is what it is. I'd rather go places where I'm celebrated and loved. You're then tolerated and people plotting against you and then try to blame you and shit go wrong. Nah, that's a dub. That's when you don't have any authority to really do anything. So again, I wish Robert Saleh the best. He getting paid $20 million. Again, when I got let go, I didn't get nothing but a piece of paper. But then again, I'm savvy enough to figure some things out, and I put that law on their tail. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, we had to go that route, and it is what it is. Those who know, and those who don't. Well, yeah, we're gonna go better today. Dalton Kincaid, 3.5 receptions. Josh Allen, 34 yards rushing. Brees Hall, touchdown. Anytime touchdown. Don't put running touchdown. Put anytime touchdown because he might score the ball by throwing it. He might run it himself off a read option. He might catch the football at the backfield too. So that's the better day. Again, we 5-1. 5-1. We cashing. The tight end, you cannot lose with the tight ends. I told y'all before. The game is built off what? Tight ends, field goal kickers. You got your quarterback, your left tackle, cornerback, middle linebacker, running. No, not the running back. They didn't kill the running backs. Tight end is in priority. And kickers. That's the priority for the NFL. You watching all these 50-yard kicks, 40-yard kicks, kickers kicking 4 or 5 field goals in a game. So it's predicated on. They want to see the thrill, the gray area, we're coming down to the wire. Yeah, that's what the game is built off now. It's not built off exciting plays anymore. Not built off people getting fried. That's not that. If that happens, then hey, that's a really good play. But to give you a new segment, I like to call Black on Black News. You're Black on Black News, man. I feel like that we're not getting the news from our perspective, the way we want to get it done. Let me do this the correct way. Pardon me. That's not, I want that joint to be blowed up. Put that joint in a bigger box. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Black on Black News. New segment. Black on Black News. I want to give you as a black man, black perspective, black news on things I deem to be important that we should know about. Everything can't be a conspiracy. Everything is not going to be conspiracy or truth. I wanted to be Black on Black News. And I like the fact that we can express ourselves. We can debunk things, So play a quick video for you guys. I feel like that, we've been kind of disrespected as black men in this country for years. We sit up here and we try our best to help people out, do things the right way, try to be a part, try to help out. And people just disrespect us, man. They sit up here and they try to tell us what's important. Like we don't know what's going on. Like we're not aware. Like you got to talk down to us and, hey, this is important. Black man, you should care about this. Black man, you should do this. And what they do all the time, the Democratic Party, is they wheel out Obama. Obama has not read the room. We don't like you, bro. We heard about all the things that you were doing for everybody else but us, but you claimed that you couldn't do nothing for us. So just take a gander to this here.
Is fueling concerns that the Harris-Walz campaign needs to do more to appeal to men voters. The New York Times poll finds 51% of likely male voters said that they would cast a ballot for Donald Trump if the election were held today. Only 40% said they would vote for Kamala Harris. In an effort to mobilize men in Midwestern states, Governor Walz traveled to Michigan earlier today for an event.
You see where their interest is not at? See, the problem is they wait to the last minute. We're like a last resort to them. We're like, we found out that they're not trying to vote for us. Let me see if I can try to pull my tricks out my back pocket and see if I can got some hot sauce. I see if I can come down to the ball field and see what football players and see what they're doing. And let me go to the barber shops. And no, they're not talking at black men. They're not talking to black men. They're talking at black men, telling us what we need to be doing and saying and feeling. When we know exactly what we want, we know we've been disrespected, talked down upon, separated from our families. When they give you a benefit not to be in the home for a woman to have housing and they say a man can't be there, that's a direct disrespectful thing to us. So we have to figure out how can we have a family with somebody and stay in. We might have to have housing for our child. Something might go wrong, but I can't be in the house. I got to sleep outside or somewhere else. Trick bag. But keep listening, please.
With black men, then attended tonight's football game at Mankato West High School in Minnesota.
That's what they do. See that? That's what they continuously do. The same stuff over and over and over again. It's goofball stuff, man.
Where he taught and was a football coach. Tomorrow, Governor Walz will go out on an early morning hunt with a group of outdoor content creators in Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. The Harris campaign has enlisted several high-profile men in recent days to help engage male voters to turn out to vote.
Like, it's the same thing what the black church does. Hey, let's get the young folks together. Let's do some raps and let's bring them into church, and that stuff doesn't work. It never works. I don't care what Magic Johnson got to say. Magic Johnson is not in the same situation I'm in right now. Magic Johnson does not care about what my family is going through or has done or is in a situation. Magic Johnson, he told you when he was the GM of the Lakers, I only work on things that I have a priority to, that are going to help my family out. He said it out loud. He left the Lakers and said, I got Serena Williams on my line right now and wanted me to guide her. So I'm going to leave this job. And he was like this, will you be back in the morning, Magic? No. So when Magic Johnson gets up here and speaks, they're out of touch. Nobody cares about what Magic Johnson had to say. We don't care about him.
Magic Johnson spoke directly to black men at a rally in Michigan last week.
Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one.
When you say get them out to vote, voting is transactional. What are we getting out to go vote for? The vote is transactional. A vote is not just to say, I'm going to just vote because man, people died for having the right to vote. They just died for the right. No, they died because they had a yearning, a wanting for something. That's why they died for having the right to vote. They didn't just vote because somebody said, hey, here's a candidate, go vote for him. You did? That's what y'all missed it's the root of the situation that you're missing when you say, I'm just going to go vote. The vote should be transactional. The vote should be attached to something. When they tell you they can't do nothing, I got another breakdown for you. Just keep watching. Another breakdown when I'm gonna show you exactly what they can do when they get in office and they choose to. But these things will not be publicized. That's why you have to read and figure these things out for yourself, so the information can be brought to the forefront.
Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on. And we got to make sure we help.
That's not true. Let me refresh your memory of who really said what he said. let's make sure we understand and get right and exact. Who really said that he had our backs? Let's see here. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. It just came to me. Let's see here. So they probably try to make sure they pull this stuff off the net. We're going to see. Give me 2 seconds. That ain't it. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. I found it. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to click back and forth on this one. You're get right and exact. Get right and exact, baby. We gotta debunk this stuff, man. We gotta keep everything in perspective. Amen. Lester Holt.
I'm proud of the campaign we built and ran. I'm proud of the coalition we put together. The broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean it, especially those moments. And especially for those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb, the African-American community stood up again for me.
Do you see that? The African-American community stood up for me. What has he done for you? Nothing.
You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
Yeah, we always had his back. That's the problem. We've always had their back. That's the issue right there. We always had their back, but they never have had our back. They've never have had our back in any situation. So when Matty Johnson says that the other president didn't do X, Y, and Z, none of them have done anything for us. Zero.
Black men understand that.
And here's former President Barack Obama yesterday at a Harris campaign office in Pittsburgh.
We have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running.
I wonder why.
Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. Part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president.
Now, how in the world can you out of your mouth say that we're sexist? We're the ones that are sexist. Black men are the ones that are sexist. When I voted for Hillary Clinton, I voted for Elizabeth Warren. And they made sure that those women were not going to be in presidency. I thought they were quality candidates to be president. We want them. We want a woman president in this country. You did? We don't want somebody who we know for a fact is a shammer, who don't have any type of understanding of how to run the country. They've already showed the things that they've done thus far. But when Obama comes out here and says these things about he's wagging his little finger at us and, hey, you don't know what you're talking about, and hey, you just don't want a woman in there. That's insulting to us, to say the least. Disrespectful.
And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for them.
Now, it needs to be said that black men have been the most reliable voter group supporting Democratic presidential candidates in the last few decades, surpassed only by black women.
Thank you.
And some of
So the stuff that they're saying don't make sense. They talking out this stuff on the side of their head. They don't know what they're talking about. You know what we've done? We've gotten wise to their tricks. That's what they're mad at. They can't pull the same tricks that they've been pulling. That's exactly why the devil gets mad, when he can't get you with the same stuff he's been getting you with. We have to readjust, we have to reconvene, and we have to realign ourselves with understanding that our vote is attached to something. When we come out and we try to pass a bill for reparations, because that would set a precedent in California. The NAACP, people who are black, they're the ones that shot that bill down. The Republicans brought it to the floor just to see what the Democrats were going to do, as far as trying to get reparations for people who were enslaved in this country. And you know what it was? It was shot down by the people that y'all say, hey, man, get together with people that's in office and people that look like you and all. It doesn't matter. They're going to make sure that they're not going to give us anything. They're trying their best every single day to give you nothing. But they want to give you a nothing sandwich and say, hey, still vote for me. Nope.
have argued that Obama's tough talk to black men voters is misguided and should be directed toward white men and women, since large majorities of white men and a smaller majority of white women voted for Donald Trump in 2020. But in a country that is divided as, in an election that is as close as this is, every voter matters.
Right.
Reaching out to and hearing every.
That's right. So at the end of the day, they want to blame us at the end of the day. They wanted to make sure to say, hey, well, y'all ain't voting for old Kamala now. You know, y'all don't care about old Kamala. No, we don't. Because at the end of the day, we know they're shammers. Just like your boy Obama. Just like y'all boy Obama, boy, I tell you, man. Let me just show you what Obama was doing while he was in office, when he said he couldn't do nothing for the black community. Let me just show you what he was doing. He did. One thing he did. Do we have it here? Yes, we do. One thing he did, he signed a bunch of bills for immigrant dreamers. 2014, President Obama announced the changing of DACA, which is the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, would expand to include undocumented immigrants who entered the country prior to 2010, eliminating the requirements that applicants be younger than 31 years old, renewed the defraud period of 2 years. So that's one thing he was doing while he couldn't do anything for black people. He decided to do that. But we're not done. We're not done. Oh, no, we're not done. Let's see here. Let me see if I have another thing here. Nope, we're not going to go there. Oh, here we go. Another thing Obama was doing while he was in office that you might not be aware of. And again, this is USA Today. This is fair use. USA Today, 2015. Obama signs blue alert. See, they use keywords like blue alert. They're not going to tell you that's a bill for cops. Law to protect police. It's ridiculous, man. Obama signs a law measure that will require instant nationwide blue alerts. Put it in quotation mark, blue alerts, to warn those threats of police officers help track down suspects who try to take them out, who try to kill them and take them out. You dig? So you can protect people who are police officers from being ambushed and killed, but when we get killed, like a Philando Castile gets murdered in his car because he told the officer that he had a gun that was registered. That man worked in the daggone school, helping the children out. Worked in the lunchroom with the kids. That y'all claim that y'all want people to be people of high regard and help out the children in the community. That's what you want more black men doing that. He was doing that. He was gunned down and murdered for a police officer to say he was scared. And he never had the gun in his hand. While his child watched him bleed in the back seat. While the child was in the back seat watching him bleed in the front seat alongside his fiance. That happened on Obama's watch. And Obama did nothing about it. Zero about it. So we got to speak truth to power. We got to speak the facts, man. We can't let these people sit up here and tell us that they're the good guys when they're doing nothing to help us at all. Zero. They've done nothing to help us at all. While we have to block out all the negativity that happens to us. You know, he's out here again, because again, Hispanics gave to this campaign. So follow the money. Obama's administration efforts to have expansion of opportunities for Hispanic families, celebrating a Cinco de Mayo, expanding job opportunity and pathways for the middle class for Hispanics in this country. $14 million private sectors were added to 73 months of 2.7 jobs in the last 12 months for Hispanics. Hispanic unemployment rates have peaked 13%. Since Obama, the minimum wage increase of 2013, $12 an hour for 2020 for Hispanic workers. You did? It's all for Hispanic people. This ain't got nothing to do with us. Increasing affordable health care for Hispanics. Due to the Affordable Care Act, again, when they bring these acts to y'all, when they bring these acts to the forefront, they want people to benefit other than you. More people benefited from the Civil Rights Bill than we have. That's why when they bring all these CARE Acts and all these lift-off programs, it's not built to benefit you. Other people get the funding. From the Affordable Care Act, uninsured rate among Hispanics dropped to 27% and 4 million. Private insurances were accessible with no copay or deductible. ACA invested $11 billion in community centers to increase the health care for 35% of Hispanic patients. Teen birth is nearly 50% among Hispanic teens, dropping the birth rate at an all-time low. Ensuring the young for their full potential. This all stuff that Obama's doing. Making ownership of homes available. Administration work on behalf of Hispanic individuals or families to ensure equal access to housing opportunities, securing more than $200 million in benefited and $1,800 individuals for alleged housing discrimination against members of the community. But when we put our house up for sale and people come into our home and devalue the home, we're not getting that added cushion or added security to understand that, hey, these people are being discriminated against. But they set aside money for people. They're not saying, hey, go to college. They're not saying, hey, we're going to give you some type of benefit or some token or some type of education. No, I want money. We want the money in the hand. People that say, oh, stop all that begging. And when they stole from you in 1920s, your people had land was taken from you. I've already given that breakdown before. We're not going too deep into that. We need to make sure we're getting that stuff back. so we can be restored and we can have justice in this world, in this nation. You heard? They say they care about justice. They say they care about reform. They say they want to do things the right way. We'll see. We'll see. But again, this is what Obama was doing while he was in office. You did. This is all the things he was doing. And this is a quick look. So when y'all say this, Obama was somebody that cared about, he was from this culture. He's black because he got a black wife, or we don't even know that that's a man or a woman. I don't know. Joan Rivers said she was a man, so who knows? Obama, his life.
Barack and I had a lot of freedom growing up in Indonesia and Hawaii. We climbed summits and splashed in waterfalls.
That's Maya Soetoro. That's Obama's stepsister. Lolo Soetoro was Obama's stepfather, the one had raised him in Hawaii. If you mention the father's never mentioned ever in his life. You don't see pictures of him and the father. You see one little picture here and there, but his father was never in his life. He was raised by his grandparents. And Lalo Soetoro was also cool with George Bush because they was in the oil field together. They was in the oil business together. So again, all these things make sense when you put them together. They all fit into a nice puzzle in a box. When you start putting all the pieces together and you get all the full information on who this person really is. This person was just given to you. You thought he was from Chicago. He didn't grow up in Chicago. Let the video keep playing. He didn't grow up in Chicago.
A lot of community gathering and nights spent under stars.
Part of my DNA is the influence of all the Asian cultures. Obviously, the love of the land and the love of Hawaiian culture is in me, and I think representative of a lot of the cultures throughout the Pacific region.
It's so powerful for us to return to Southeast Asia together. This is a place of great significance. There is so much in the way of grassroots leadership and energy.
The intention of the foundation is to build the next generation of leaders in the United States and around the world. And
but they got you thinking he's from Chicago. He never mentioned Chicago not one time. You see pictures of him being older as an older young boy. He's from Hawaii. He has a whole different culture. Being black in America is a whole culture. Just because you have the same skin as somebody does not make you the same culture as somebody. Please get off that, bro. Tim Scott is a black man who doesn't care about black people at all. You would say that he doesn't care about us. But when somebody that looks something like you and they listen to Al Green and they sit up here and dance and they act like they a part of the culture, you want to invite them to the cookout, so to speak. No, these people cannot have not. They're not just people who speak for us. People who really care about what our needs are. You did. They don't care about your family going forward. They don't care about you doing anything positive going forward. All they care about is themselves and what the agenda they can do, who feeds their campaign, and he's going out his way for foundation and stuff in certain areas and stuff because it means something to him there. That's the reason why they do these things. They put you in a situation. They're not going to put Mike from Cleveland, who really got foundational Black American values, who really understand inner city problems, who really understand the trials and tribulations of these ghettos, of these housing projects, of these apartment complexes that have been ran like housing projects for years. These low-income family homes, these low-income family apartment complexes. They're not going to ever focus on those type of things. The schools that have been riddled. We got 4 schools that I just read up on that are unaccredited for. 4 new ones that are unaccredited. I'm not gonna get a name. I'm not gonna disrespect it like that. But there's no for a fact when you go to these schools and you try to get a college degree, they're gonna look at you like, man, you went to this school, it's not accredited. They're gonna look at you as somebody that's not smart, unfortunately. So this is what he's been doing, man. So to me, we got to get right and exact. We gotta weed out the bull jive. We have to, make sure that we're on up and up because all these things, man, are hurting us as a community. You dig? All these things. And this is the last bit I'm gonna play, man. For real. I'm not gonna tell anybody who to vote for. I think the voting done is a shammy, but hey, that is what it is. But let me just show you this last video here of the person that y'all might want to vote for. And listen to the key word that she says.
I feel like my parents,
Just
my
don't
dad
call
will
me-
watch this.
Just don't call me auntie.
Okay. I won't call you auntie. They'll be like, how could you call her by her first name? She's worked so hard. Okay, so what we're going to cook today
Okay.
is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So
So when they asked her was she black, she said no. Next question, please. The lady Giddy, you're Indian, right? She's like, yeah. A goofball. So again, you can either vote for the goofies. They got the same old tricks. They say Trump got the same old tricks. They got the same old tricks too. So again, don't try to blame black people. Don't blame black men when it don't go your way in this year election. So this is the news, the black on black news. I feel like, we got to get right and exact. We got to be above the fray. Understand what's really going on out here. Because it's a lot of lies being told, bro, from a lot of people that they push to you to tell you that this is the person that you need to be voting for, or you should be excited about. Obama, don't ever in your life tell us what we should be doing. We don't respect you or like you. Your whole presidency was a bull jive, and you lied and you sold hope to people for nothing. And hope is nothing to people. You have to have hope attached to something. Some type of something that you can hold on to, for a fact you're gonna get at a certain point. We're still waiting on those bills you promised us to. You said that you have our back and you didn't have our back. And the person that you picked that was there, pardon me, was running in his running. She ain't had our back either. So we're not gonna have you. We're gonna turn our back on you guys. How about that? You dig? So to me, it is what it is, man. We guys gotta work hard. Like I always say, work hard every day. Treat people the right way. The human race will win. People that want to get on right accord, black or white, they will. If you choose not to, that's on you. But I'm gonna treat people the right way, black or white. It don't matter who you are. I'm gonna do the right thing because I believe my soul's on the line, and I believe that it's the right thing to do. Period, point blank. So I'm gonna tell you who I think is a fraud. I'm gonna tell you who I think is real. You heard? Another episode, man, on my podcast. It's your boy Mike to the P. Sure. Hope y'all enjoyed the podcast today, man. We got a lot of gems. We're getting a lot of good information. We have a lot of solid information that we can hold on to. Make sure you replay it, like, subscribe, share, comment under the comments where I can do better. If you want to be a guest on, man, let me know. Give you the information. We can chop wood. It's all good, Man, for the family. That's it. I've been doing this since I was a kid, man. Like I just trying to put it in the framework, man. So it's encapsulated for years to come. Yeah, replay it, man. Go back and watch. I drop mad gems. People ain't who they say they are, man. They don't care about us. We gotta